1 year in a state correctional facility.
Isn't that a bit harsh, Your Honor?
No!
Okay.
Some of those children are smart. They're just discouraged about what chances they got out there.
Did you know that Lynne Thigpen is an iconic figure whose talent transcends generations? Seriously, from kiddos squealing with excitement watching Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
To grown-ups getting hooked on Law and Order.
Be quiet, Mr. McCoy. Now sit down.
She's charmed audiences of all ages. And let's not forget, she snagged a Tony for strutting her stuff on Broadway in Wendy Wasserstein's An American Daughter.
And the Tony Award goes to Lynne Thigpen.
How did one person manage to be the toast of both playtime and primetime? What was her secret? Stay tuned, because there's definitely some magic going on here.
I will never make you blue. I'll be true to you.
Once dubbed probably the busiest black actress around by a 1992 issue of Essence, Lynne Thigpen was a whirlwind of talent in her over 30-year career, keeping stage, screen, and television in a delightful chokehold until her passing in 2003. She showed no signs of slowing down, ever the scene-stealing dynamo.
Oh, I always dreamed we'd be the supreme.
Lynne Thigpen was born Sherlyn Teresa right around Christmas time, December 22, 1948, in Joliet, Illinois. Thigpen didn't just stumble into the spotlight. She practically cartwheeled into it from day one. Growing up, she had a knack for creative stuff, but acting was more like the cool cousin she hadn't met yet. Back then, I was all about doodling, perfecting my cursive, and mastering the art of not getting tagged during recess. She reminisced during a chat with WGBH, Boston's very own PBS station. By the time high school rolled around, Thigpen was the undisputed queen of extracurriculars. Shy? Never knew her. I was the Swiss Army knife of clubs. Theater?
Well, where were you last night, said she.
Check. Debate?
I have to prove black. Sky don't act blue.
Double check. Acapella?
Oh, bless the Lord.
Oh, bless the Lord.
You betcha. Singing and showing off were kind of my thing, she added. It was Carol Brandt, her English and theater guru at Joliet Central High, who injected a turbo boost of confidence into her. Carol was like, "No one's ever done that. Perfect. Your turn. Try everything," Thigpen recalled. Carol's mantra was simple. Leap first, look later. Originally setting out as an English teacher, because why not blend Shakespeare and grammar drills, right? Lynne shifted gears after scooping up an acting fellowship at the University of Illinois. In 1971, she took a leap of faith and moved to New York to chase those bright stage lights. And just 2 years later, she landed a gig in the play Godspell and repeated her role in the 1973 film version. And get this, she even played a journalist in Hello Again in 1987. Talk about versatility.
Everybody in the world seems to be after Lucy.
And who could forget her as Judge Brenda Daniels in Anger Management in 2003.
You cracked a waitress in the face while attempting to steal a blind man's cane.
Your Honor, we're not even sure how blind this man really is.
Sadly, that was a posthumous release. But man, did she dig deep into her roles or what? Who else here thinks she must have had a secret gavel at home to practice her judging skills?
And voiceless? You're in contempt, Mr. McCoy.
From a young age in Joliet, Illinois, Thigpen faced her first real-life role. An unexpected name change sparked by constant mispronunciations. I was born Sherlyn, but everyone butchered it into Sherilyn. And back then, Cher wasn't a common name. She recounted to the Wall Street Journal. The missteps didn't stop at her first name. With a surname like Thigpen, which people twisted into every possible distortion, Thigpen, Figpen, Pigpen, I couldn't bear the thought of battling over my first name as well. With a career spanning a spectacular 30 years, Lynne wasn't just any actress. She was a Broadway belle, a silver screen sensation, and a TV series stalwart, always dazzling in her signature secondary roles.
It's gonna be a part of my life.
Well, she'll never be part of mine.
Bursting onto the Broadway scene in 1975 with the musical review, The Night That Made America Famous, she swiftly pirouetted into the spotlight. From magical tunes in The Magic Show to belting ballads in Working, Lynne's voice was her superpower until she snagged a Tony nod in 1981 for her star turn in Tin Types.
Neat and trim. It seems as though that here of late she's wise to him.
But Lynne didn't just sing and dance her way through life. Oh no, she took a sharp turn into Dramatown with heavyweight roles in films like Tootsie and Lean on Me, where she played the fierce parent of a troublemaker who got thrown out from school. You remember that iconic role where Morgan Freeman totally rocks the role of Eastside High's principal, Joe Clark, turning into a no-nonsense rule-enforcing superhero?
Think you can run this school? If you could, then I wouldn't be here, would I?
Before you know it, Clark is on a full-on rant-a-thon, spooking students into school spirit and firing any teacher who dares to sass them.
And then you fire Mrs. Elliott. Why? Because she didn't want to kiss your ass. Well, I wouldn't either. How about that?
Mrs. Elliott has an ego.
Yeah, well, you lost the best teacher we had.
He even sends the music teacher into panic mode for jazzing up the school song like she's the next Teddy Riley.
Take a bow, Mrs. Powers. You've rewritten our alma mater.
Then there's Leona, played by Thigpen, putting a deliciously evil twist on her lines.
It's about someone finally standing up to this man instead of taking his orders like a maid.
While Clark is busy terrorizing the faculty, Leona is playing 4D chess, blackmailing the mayor to score a seat on the school board just so she can kick Crazy Joe to the curb. She's like, oh, you think Clark's your attack dog? Cute. But remember, I'm the one who can stir up a storm come election time.
Those are the facts. Now, I appreciate your personal loyalty to Mr. Clark, but he has let our children down.
The irony of Clark's jail time? It's all because he hired Mr. Darnell, who he previously treated like yesterday's lunch. Beach finally snaps, flips a desk, and storms out. Meanwhile, Leona launches a covert op, catching Clark and Darnell red-handed for chaining up the school doors. Classic safety no-no. With Leona's sneaky cassette recording, it's game over for Clark as he frantically tries to unchain the doors before the fire chief busts them.
Problem is your mouth.
Call 10! Call 10 is the dope line!
Classic. That role finally brought her the distinction she deserved. Yet it was her iconic role as the chief in the globe-trotting, clue-hunting extravaganza, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, that really turned heads. Not one, not two, but 6 Emmy nods came flying her way, showcasing her charismatic command on the small screen.
I'm the chief, but you can call me, well, the chief.
It wasn't just any geography class. It was a thrilling chase across the globe with 3 young gumshoes hot on the heels of the notorious ringleader and her band of mischievous criminals. They weren't just learning about the world, they were racing to save it, picking up wild trivia from every corner of the globe along the way. And the best part? The victor got to jet off on an all-expenses-paid adventure to any spot in North America. Talk about the ultimate geography field trip. Thigpen might have carried a serious vibe, but she was secretly the life of the party. The quintessential fun aunt we all secretly wish we had. And just when you thought she'd done it all, 1997 brought us Lynne as a half-black, half-Jewish feminist in An American Daughter, diving into the role, quite literally, soaking wet from a river dunk. This splashy entrance earned her a Tony Award for Best Supporting Actress, proving once and for all that Lynne Thigpen was truly unstoppable. Thigpen wasn't just a voice in the crowd. She was a whole choir in one. Narrating over 20 audiobooks, her repertoire sparkled with titles penned by prominent African-American authors. Imagine her giving voice to Maya Angelou's All God's Children Need Traveling Shoes, and bringing to life characters from the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman by Ernest J. Gaines. She journeyed through Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Were Watching God and tackled not 1, not 2, but 6 of Toni Morrison's masterpieces, including The Bluest Eye and Song of Solomon. And let's not forget her moving performance in Gloria Naylor's The Women of Brewster Place. With such an impressive lineup, it's no wonder she snagged a nomination for the Audiophile Awards Golden Voices for the year 2000. Talk about speaking volumes. In a career that left a lasting impression on the hearts of millions, Lynne Thigpen brought magic to children's television as the enchanting voice of Luna, the moon, in the beloved Muppet series Bear in the Big Blue House. Her mesmerizing performance earned her a 6th Daytime Emmy nomination, a poignant honor bestowed posthumously. After her tragic passing, those who knew and loved her most, the family and close friends left to cherish her memory, founded the Lynne Thigpen Bobo Lewis Foundation. This heartfelt tribute ensures her legacy endures, offering a guiding light to young theatrical talents striving to find their place in the vibrant but daunting New York stage scene. Thigpen passed away due to a cerebral hemorrhage on March 12, 2003, at her home in Marina del Rey, California, just outside Los Angeles. She had been experiencing headaches for several days before her death. An autopsy by the coroner revealed that the causes included acute cardiac dysfunction, non-traumatic systemic and spontaneous intraventricular hemorrhage, and brain hemorrhage. Thigpen was laid to rest in a tomb at Elmhurst Cemetery in her hometown of Joliet, Illinois. Thigpen's final television role was portraying Ella Mae Farmer, the assistant to the police chief and a computer expert, in 66 episodes of The District from 2000 to 2003.
I got through that. And God gave me cancer, and I got through that. Now, tomorrow, I'm supposed to get married. It's my turn to be happy, damn it, and nobody is cooperating.
Following Thigpen's passing, her character, Ella Mae Farmer, was written out of the show.
Our friend passed away this morning,
with her death occurring in the last 3 episodes of the 3rd season. Lynne Thigpen had a full dance card but skipped the Married with Children number. She proudly wore her lifelong liberal Democrat badge and practiced Methodism with as much dedication as she avoided marriage and motherhood, stating she had zero interest in adding Mrs. or Mom to her resume. For Lynne, it seems life was less about playing house and more about playing roles she truly loved.